Welcome to The Loop.
Welcome to The Loop, where we've got all the dragon energy you can muster.
So much of
it. We got our MAGA hats and our dragon energy, and we're ready to go. Actually, being that the studio is located where it is, I'm surprised there isn't more
dragons
MAGA hats.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where's your MAGA hat, Jeremy?
I don't even know what that is.
Wrong.
Wrong.
Oh.
I'm okay with that.
I feel like
think for a
Make
second.
America great again.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, where's your MAGA hat? Why don't you have one?
Because I'm not a fan of Trump.
I thought you liked him.
No, I like watching it all burn,
Oh.
and he's helping facilitate that. So
Is he though?
Yeah.
Is he
pretty
really?
much.
I don't know.
I don't know. There's some good things that is happening. Probably by accident, but
Man, I am, it's no surprise that I am like completely fascinated with just, Kanye's return to Twitter and then his interactions with Trump.
imagine that.
Have been really good.
Like your two favorite, Twitter personalities right now.
Yeah, they're really, Trump or Kanye, right? We'd always discuss that. And now
Kanye.
their interactions. So I know this is.
We checking out the tweets on the Trump and Kanye.
Yeah.
Which one is it? Which one? Which one is it?
I'll tell you.
Trump or Kanye?
Oh my gosh.
I'll tell you which one it is. It's
so
both.
good.
I miss
Yeah.
that game so much.
We can't even separate them anymore.
Yeah.
So I know this isn't video game related, so
Don't care.
Just amuse me for a minute. But Kanye tweeted out
do
this
that a lot, Eric.
thing. Oh, shut your stupid
I didn't
hole,
say it was
you
bad.
Yeah.
piece of crap.
I didn't say it was
Okay,
bad.
Kanye says you don't have to agree with Trump, but the mob can't make me not love him. We are both dragon energy. He is my brother. I love everyone. I don't agree with everything anyone does. That's what makes us individuals. And we have the right to independent thought. So that's what Kanye tweeted out. And then Trump quoted it. And he just
Trying
said,
to put all that together.
Trump quotes that and says, "Thank you, Kanye. Very cool."
What are you trying to put together?
I mean, I like Trump's tweet a little better.
What? Thank you, Kanye. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, it's because it's short and concise. It's easy for you to figure out. I mean, if don't get all hurt.
just
Don't
as
get all
stuck on
hurt. You
themselves,
did
so
kind of
there's that.
start the feud
Well,
tonight.
yeah, they are stuck on themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why Eric likes him.
That's
It's like the common brother,
That's why. Does he actually like them both?
I mean,
I think he does. Like their personalities, not.
I mean,
maybe not them as
I
a
like
person.
I appreciate their dragon energy.
Yeah, the
that's
dragon
what-
energy.
That's what I like about them both. I feel like they both. So, but it's just funny because so Kanye tweets that, and then part of the drama ensues as his wife Kim Kardashian is texting him privately, and then he's telling everyone via Twitter what she's saying.
Guys,
and
my
he's
wife
saying,
wants everyone to know that I don't love everything.
Yeah, he's like
about Trump.
Yeah, he's like, I don't 100% agree, but only person I 100% agree with is myself. So I'm just like,
That makes sense
Which actually is probably one of the most accurate statements I've ever heard.
from anybody.
Yeah.
For
ever.
anybody, really.
What a remarkable thing that you agree with yourself. You only agree with yourself.
But I don't know. I don't know if I always agree with myself.
What a
100%
marvelous
of the time.
insight.
But it's accurate.
No, I don't know. I don't think I always agree with myself.
Well, Jeremy, you are
no,
just
because
arguing
sometimes you do
with
things
yourself
that disappoint yourself
for the sake of argument.
Don't you ever do anything that you end up disappointing yourself?
Well, yeah, but then at that point, I've agreed with
So-
myself that was something I shouldn't have done.
Wow.
At this point, though, you're also agreeing with Kanye, so
Well, that doesn't mean that I agree with everything that Kanye says.
Do
Only
we have to
90%.
disagree with Kanye? If he says the sky is blue, do we have to disagree with him?
Yes.
Is there
Everyone
some-
disagrees.
I feel like
Not always.
I mean, there's a
blue.
blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. So
Wow.
Well, I'm guessing they'd have to
You suck.
be, they'd have to be in a socialist economy in order for that to work.
I was just meaning, even if you believe somebody is wrong, like
Well,
all
I
the
don't
time.
think a blind squirrel finds a nut.
Well, what's funny is he also tweeted, like he's getting so political that he tweets, Obama was president for 8 years and nothing changed in Chicago. And I was just like, okay. I mean, yeah, you're not lying, but it's just funny that he's just like picking fights.
Well,
with
technically things got worse in Chicago.
Well, okay. So I guess there's
The
that.
deaths keep climbing.
That's because he wasn't in Chicago anymore to focus only on Chicago.
That,
Come on,
that
guys.
makes no sense.
But probably the best tweet
does that
in
not
the
make
last like 12 hours from Kanye is, I need to meet with Larry from Google.
Yeah, Larry.
That's the whole tweet.
We need to meet with Larry from Google too.
Yeah, I think we need to meet with Larry.
Did he mean to tweet that?
I'm pretty sure he did. I need to meet with Larry from Google.
Because Google supports Yeezy.
Is there something we're not
Because
getting here or something?
Before that, he tweeted, Google supports Yeezy in ending violence in Chicago to start with. So,
okay.
I mean, that's why he needs to meet with Larry.
He was tweeting about when we get elected.
When we?
Yeah, because he said that if he were to get elected as president, it wouldn't be just him; it would be everybody that's getting elected.
So do you think he
that point.
would run against Trump?
No, because
No.
his
No, wait.
campaign's 2024.
Yeah, okay, all right.
That's
so
what
he's
he-
purposefully waiting.
Yeah.
So he does like Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Oh,
does.
yeah.
He does. He like
I remember
actually
him announcing that.
Yeah, and he did that whole thing like a couple years ago where he ranted in a concert and about how Trump was not that bad a guy, and like everybody started booing him, and like, and it's funny because everybody thought because he's been kind of silent for ever since then, and everybody thought, oh, he's getting better. Obviously, he's crazy, but then he comes back and the first thing he does is like, Trump. I still like Trump. Like,
Man, I can't wait for that album to drop.
I mean, yeah. That's your Kanye update. You know, I figure Trevor doesn't get any of that since he's not on the Tubcast. He might
I might miss that.
miss it.
I did find this image though.
Is that Larry from Google?
This is Larry from Google.
Larry!
Thanks, Kuipers.
Well done,
Thanks,
Kuiper.
Kuipers.
Good job,
Larry
guys.
Page is the chief executive officer.
All right.
Kuipers, can you get him on the line, please?
Yeah, we need to talk to Larry. From
We need to
Google.
talk to Larry from Google.
We'll just tell him Kanye needs to talk to you.
Just don't call Trump Towers again.
Yeah, they were very rude to me.
You deserve it.
I was just wanting to find out about my health insurance.
I mean, yeah, we deserved it, but that doesn't excuse them.
Yeah, that's
for
bad.
poor
That's
customer
bad
service.
customer service. But anyways, you know, okay. So I'm sorry. I don't mean to keep going.
No,
on this.
I don't.
But there's this one more thing that I saw that he was tweeting earlier where he found a guy that was doing a live stream Periscope explaining on how Kanye is ushering in the golden age. And now this guy is
Of course he found that
this
person.
white nerdy dude, bald head, and he's got this whiteboard. And he's got all these cloud bubbles and lines drawn and things.
Is that what?
And he was like, and so Kanye
You sure it wasn't you?
I saw
so
that. I
Kanye
think it was
is
yesterday.
filming it. Yeah, he's filming it with his phone
oh my gosh.
on his laptop.
Yeah.
So you see his MacBook and you see this, and he's just posting like random, anywhere from minute to 16-second clips on Twitter, like a bunch of them in succession. And the guy's like, "Well, see, Kanye tweeted in 7 words, I like the way Candace Owen thinks," and he released people from their mind prisons.
Whoa.
And he's like,
Is this guy going to be the new, like, that crazy person meme?
I don't know, but it was just so funny. He's like, see, we live in prisons of our own mind because we think things have to be a certain way and we don't allow ourselves to think outside of those certain guidelines. And he's like, but when Kanye tweets something positive about an alt-right African-American woman, he's bringing two sides together where they think that can't happen, and he's releasing you from your mind prisons, and it's like this whole ongoing thing. And I mean, I just find the humor in the fact that here's Kanye tweeting this stuff already, and then he has to tweet a guy who's explaining his tweets and how awesome they are. You know, like how great they are.
Proving how awesome they are.
How he's releasing people from mind prisons.
Hey guys, look how good I am.
And I just
This guy says it.
yeah, I got here. Let me just play just like a little. Let me turn the volume up so you can hear this guy. But it is something else. This guy.
Really see this? Now forget about which of these views you like the best. That's not even the story. Forget about whether you think Candace has everything right or everything wrong.
Whoops, that was the wrong one. Hold on.
Two people that shouldn't be in the same conversation, in 7 words, Kanye just changed that. And he just freed a lot of people from a mental prison.
So, anyways,
Wow.
there you have it.
In 7 words,
There you go.
unlocked a mental prison.
There you go. So
Well, I mean, to
Wow.
quote Kanye, we have to respect greatness when we see it.
that's
So,
there's no other
Yeah.
way around it. Anyways.
so welcome to The Loop. It's a show about
talk
Kanye.
show about video games.
No, Kanye.
Kanye
When's
games.
Kanye coming out with a video game?
Wasn't he making that one about his mom?
I thought he was working on something.
Yeah, that one about his mom going to heaven and all that stuff. And
Sounds like fun. Nah, I mean, the going to heaven
That
part
sounded
sounds
like
fun.
so much sarcasm. Right
No, I want to go to heaven. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Was it a? It looks like
Gold
there was.
Streets.
There
I don't
may
know
have been
how
a
good
trailer
they are
back
though,
in
because gold's a soft
2016.
metal, so it's gonna get worn down really easily.
yeah, that was E3 2016. He was talking about it because that was the year
Okay.
he was there and he was having all those private meetings with VR companies.
Insiders say it's been in limbo for over a year.
He probably put that.
Limbo's another game, isn't it? Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
a good
another
game.
game.
It's a good game. Black and white.
Wait, are they saying that they hid it inside of limbo?
I think it's like a frog fractions thing.
Maybe.
You know how they hid the Frog Fractions 2 inside of another game? And
Yeah.
that was like one of the craziest things. We never really discussed that here, but like how Frog Fractions, they're like, there was a Kickstarter for it, and the guy pretty much said, it's fully funded, and this game is going to be released inside of another game, and we're not going to tell you what game that is. And years went by,
gonna
and
deal with
finally
it.
somebody found a game in Steam where you would like be playing this game that was totally not Frog Fractions, and you went into some part of the game and it unlocked Frog Fractions, and so here's this whole
And it's what people people got excited about.
Yeah,
They
and
got
then-
real excited.
I mean,
about
that's
it.
kind of cool.
it's just
idea,
such a crazy thing, and people were like freaking out, and that game sold a bunch after that. But anyways,
Or did Frog Fractions sell? And that was just the case the game was in.
yeah, that's the way it was, I suppose.
Probably, but maybe
Probably.
not.
Who knows?
Two
But-
games in one.
Anyways, let's center our dragon energy.
Wait.
Here while
It's like our chi, right?
it's
But it's a little bit like lower or throatier. I'm not sure which.
not sure exactly.
Oh, I thought
No,
we
that's
were-
not what I was doing. I was saying,
Oh man, I thought that was.
yeah, that's really embarrassing. No, I don't. That's not what we're doing. I don't think.
I don't know.
Is it more like throaty though because it's a dragon? No.
What are you now? What are you talking about? Where is this dragon?
Our dragon chi or whatever you called it.
No, it's not dragon chi.
It's dragon energy, man.
Oh, energy, not chi.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't your chi your energy source though?
I don't know.
I mean, I think like that's the same thing.
I suppose.
Yeah. All right. I need to get off this Twitter page because
Yeah,
I'm
get
just
off the
getting
Twitter page.
You're
distracted.
distracted.
I'm turning the Grammys into the Yammys. So, God of War. That's a game that's been out for
A week,
not quite
Less
a
than a
week.
week.
right?
Friday.
Friday.
Came out Friday.
Friday.
Someone
How do
want to
those
spend
lyrics
some
go?
money on shutting Jeremy
You know,
up
that's
for that?
still a thing.
Yeah, but you weren't.
No
I don't
one's
know that
done that
you were
one.
singing.
No, he was saying the
purposely
shut up
didn't
is still
sing
a
the
thing.
lyrics.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to not.
I think you said
I
everybody's
was too
working
good.
for the Friday.
No, I
think
just
that's what you were
humming.
going for.
Mixed them up. That's what you do.
Weekend, it's for the weekend.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, God of
God of
War
War.
is
It's more
a
like
game. I feel like it's going to be hard to talk about this a little bit because I think Trevor's played it, I played it, and I just don't know what's considered a spoiler and what's not.
It has dragons in it. Is that a spoiler?
It does, but it's not.
It has
not
a
like,
little
played it
boy
too.
in it and a father.
And a mysterious
Kyle, but I
man.
feel like if you've only played an hour, you probably haven't really experienced much. in the
Unmet a
game.
mysterious
Have
man.
you got off the boat? I hear that's a thing. Getting off the boat.
Well, he would have been on a boat
for like
think
2
in
seconds.
I don't think
yeah,
you. But
not
oh
long.
wait, in the first hour you're on a boat.
yeah, because it's at the very beginning.
At the very, very beginning.
See, I know
And then,
stuff, and I didn't play
not
the
for a
game.
while.
when you got a
That-
tree.
Then it's not a, if
yeah.
I know
the
it,
very,
it's not a
very, very
spoiler,
Yeah.
Okay.
right?
I don't think that's the same boat.
No,
that-
that's not the one.
I don't know what
that
you're
you're talking
Bold
about.
Big Flank says there's a boat. Welcome to the
There's
chat.
a boat.
There's a boat.
Click the heart if you have not. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, God of War is out. I mean,
Bold's been here before.
I know Jeremy's
Yes.
opinion on this game is it's stupid. So
I just
Yeah.
don't.
But
I
that's-
don't appreciate the style and the art. I mean, it probably is a great game to play. I just don't. It's
I
just
don't
not
Oh, it's
for me.
incredible, and it's an incredible looking
that's
game.
fine.
how do you not appreciate? I don't get what you're
Maybe
saying.
it's just dragons. Maybe I just don't care about.
That's
There's-
the last thing about this
Yeah.
game. Like dragons are not like that's only like a
or like
part-
that whole like almost medieval warrior
It's
caveman
pre-medieval.
thing. You know.
Like
It's not a cave.
caveman.
mythology.
What are you talking about?
There you go. It's the mythology
it's
part
Norse.
that's kind of.
You don't
meh.
like Norse or
Meh.
but you played Skyrim.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like a lot of North. Like
You didn't like
and
Skyrim.
I'm not the kind of guy who'd go back and play it.
Well, so you played it. Like I don't
So-
understand what you're getting at. I don't know what you're.
Well,
Just
that,
saying,
that brings.
it doesn't look interesting.
You sound
to
like
me.
a sour PlayStation
No, I don't.
owner.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It looks dumb because I don't have a PlayStation.
PlayStation games.
I have to
suck.
get a 10-foot HDMI cable to play on a PlayStation. I just don't want to.
You could move
You
it.
can move
I
the
could
PlayStation.
move it. I
that is
still
sitting
don't want to.
right
saying.
here. We've offered it up.
It has
to you.
nothing to do with the PlayStation. I mean, the controllers are dumb, but it has nothing to do. But this game has nothing to do with the PlayStation.
Huh.
If I were to argue between the two, the Xbox One controllers are 10 times better than PlayStation controllers.
Okay.
But that's a choice.
Sure. That's because that's what you're used to.
Yeah, that's what you're used to.
I like both.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't.
I like one for. I like them for different reasons.
The only time I dislike either of the controllers is when I'm thinking that I'm playing with the other one and I press the wrong X button,
See, that's a problem.
since they both have an X.
But I mean, you're not here to hear why I don't want to play a
Well,
game. I mean, there's plenty of games.
some
I
people
Do you want
are.
to hear about the games I am playing?
Nope.
I mean, we know
See?
the games you're playing.
Yeah, what are
What-
you
what
playing?
games am I playing?
What truck game?
Radical
Yeah.
Heights.
Yeah.
What truck game are you
whatever
playing?
battle royale game is out right now. Is there another one?
Farm Simulator.
No.
And then trucks. You got some
Yeah,
monster
what
truck
trucks?
games.
No, I'm still being a pirate.
You're playing
Come
with
on,
Sea of
guys.
Thieves.
Oh, okay. I played some Sea of Thieves with Jeremy this
They
weekend.
just did another update too.
Oh.
Just saying.
Well, let's hear about that then.
Yeah, what's up with the update?
Before we bore you to death with
Yeah.
God of War
There's-
talk,
I
let's
don't.
hear
I
about
don't know. I don't know the details. I just know there was another update. It was like 5 gig download.
5 gigs?
5 gigs of what?
I don't know. That's all I know. They're
like a-
changing. There was things around. They changed the way that the Kraken would attack ships. If you're near a rock, it wouldn't spawn. It's just like fixes and stuff like that.
There's a potato mode.
Okay, that's cool.
What is that? What is that?
I don't know. It sounds cool. Potatoes sound cool.
Oh, that's cool. I don't know what it is, but it sounds.
You're the one who brought it up.
I know.
I said it sounds
I'm trying
cool.
to read it. You just said it sounds cool without knowing what it was.
Because it sounds cool.
What about potato mode sounds cool?
Potato mode?
Wait, what? Potato mode in the game?
That
what-
sounds cool.
What about that in relation to that game sounds cool
Has nothing
though?
to do with the relation of the game.
It does. It has everything to do with
No,
relation to the game.
not for it to sound cool.
So you think that it would sound cool to have a potato mode in every single game that you've played?
I would go, huh? What is that? I'm interested. See?
Why are
Sounds
you
cool.
interested? What about
Because
potato
it makes
mode
no
sounds cool?
sense without knowing any background. That's what makes it sound cool.
It sounds like something that makes the graphics look terrible.
Yeah, I know. That's actually true. It's like it turns your Xbox into a
Potatoes
potato.
make graphics look bad? I don't get it.
That's like a very common saying when something is low tech. Like if someone sees a
I
bad
thought
picture,
it looks like poop.
Would you take this
if
with
some-
a potato?
Yeah, like if they see a bad photo on like, what'd you take? What kind of camera did you use? Potato? Like it's kind of a
There's a
thing.
I think
Okay.
GameSpot has a series called Potato Mode where they take games and they make them look as horrible as possible.
Maybe
So-
that is what it is. I don't know.
it's just me.
Kyle's finding out.
I'm trying to find out, but it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of.
Trying to find out what potato mode is.
Yeah.
All right, from the chat it says we got some echoing going on, so let's take a quick break here to check.
Jolly
Echo,
Chris says no
echo.
echo on his
Okay, let's
Echo.
take a listen. I'm gonna listen just to be sure. Trying to find out what potato mode is. Yeah. Now you're gonna hear echo.
There's going to be an echo.
Now you're gonna hear echo?
Yeah, I think it's all you, buddy.
Yeah, I think it's all you, buddy.
We're good.
Yeah, we're good.
So what's potato mode?
I'm still trying to find it.
What is potato mode?
Anyways,
I
Trevor.
saw- or-
oh wait, go ahead.
I saw. I think potato mode is basically they've really dumbed down the graphics quality, so that way people with like lower quality laptops can still play it.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
so
it's
it is a
PC.
bad mode.
Yeah, so it is.
yeah,
It
it
is.
is
Oh,
like
so are you
low
still
graphics
excited about
mode.
it, Jeremy?
Hey, I just said it
Sounds
sounded
so cool.
Like I
The
heard,
term sounded cool.
I saw, like,
that doesn't mean I'm
540.
excited about it.
Hey,
Chris
thanks for
Brad.
following.
It's Brad 79. Thank you for following.
Is that your birth year? I'm just curious.
10 away from a party. Now, I wonder if you're going to be excited to play this potato mode. Does that mean it's coming to phones?
That everything's coming to phones nowadays.
Windows Phone.
Could you imagine how long it would
for Riz?
like how it would kill your battery on your phone because you have to like spend 30 minutes trying to find a chest?
Yeah, that would be pretty rough.
That would be bad.
All right. Let's not delay any longer. We need to talk about God of War. Trevor, how far are you in that? I mean, without trying to spoil, try to keep it safe. There are some pretty big things that happen.
Every time I think I am somewhere, which this is fantastic, but every time I feel like I get somewhere where I'm just like, okay, I might be getting close to the end of this, it's like it throws it like throws the goal out even further.
Yeah.
I'm just like, awesome. Let's see. The latest thing I've done though is I'm
Are you trying to think of how to say it without spoiling things? Or are you just
Do you
trying
need a
to
moment
remember?
to think?
well, it's not too spoilery, I guess. I don't think
It might be.
I'm very afraid of spoiling.
I know, me
people.
too. This game
There
is
is-
really hard because did you
I'll
ride
just say
did you ride the flower boat?
No.
Yeah. Have you? Okay, you
No.
haven't ridden on a
There's
flower boat.
there's
I
a
haven't found the
giant
flower
I
boat
just
yet.
got to.
Oh, okay.
So-
You found a giant.
Yeah.
He might be taking a nap.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't found. I found this giant thing that's on the
Oh, yeah.
might be on the screen.
That's like one of the
he's-
first
yeah,
battles.
it is. It's one of the
Yeah.
first ones.
Yeah.
I found him.
Have
I'll
you?
say-
Oh, go ahead.
I'll just say I think one of the greatest strengths of this game so far is just that the world is just so cool.
Yeah.
I love everything they've done and just how cohesive it all is. And maybe I don't know much about Norse mythology, so maybe it's all cohesive just because that's all cohesive. I don't know. But it's so cool. I love all the characters they introduce are really great. And it's shockingly funny at times.
Yeah.
'Cause
The humor is really well done.
Oh,
in
it's so good. And I think the funniest times revolve around Kratos just being this like
kind of a terrible father.
well, not even that. It's just he's just this super serious. Nothing is funny to him, and he's just kind of a jerk. But I don't know. But I think I don't mean to go on forever, but it's what is incredible about this game. Like the game is incredible. But what's even more incredible is how consistently and how much incredible there is. Mm-hmm. And it's because it just keeps going and going and going, and it's all just so good.
Yeah.
And like the relationship between him and his son, the developments there, the world that it creates, and it's so good.
I think the best part of this game, though, it's not the cool environment. it's that axe.
Oh, the
You get
axe
to
is
just
really awesome.
Toss. And I have never
It's a Thor
like
simulator.
I played it. I played it for about an hour, maybe a little less than an hour tonight, and I don't think I have ever had a game make me want to have any type of power or anything in real life more than throwing that axe.
Like, this would be so cool.
Because I mean, and it's so intuitive too, because it's like the fact that you can toss it, and
Is
even
it a
if you
full-size
miss,
axe?
you know
Yeah.
that you've got
Oh, it's
someone.
Okay, so it's not a hatchet
No, it's like
No,
a
it's an
huge
axe.
or a tomahawk.
And if you've got somebody that's coming at you, you can just call it back, and it's going to hit them as it returns to you. And the satisfaction of having that hit the person as it's coming back to you is just one of the coolest things I've ever found in a video game, I think.
Yeah. Well, and it's a game that has made me feel extremely powerful, except like at the same time very mortal at the same time.
Yeah.
That's very redundant there, but it's like I don't know, just the way it works, the combat feels so brutal and like it's so tight, and I was a little afraid it might kind of get a little boring, just because at the very beginning, the combat seems a little more like simple, I guess.
Yeah.
Like it feels like you'll be just kind of doing the same thing over and over again. But no, it's so complex.
So it adds more.
It's
Okay.
like it
Yeah,
keeps
after-
adding depth.
It's
to
like
it,
there's
and
kind of like mile markers in it. I'd say like the first after the first hour, the combat opens up a little more.
Was that after that first big fight with the stranger? Or is it a little
No,
bit past
it's
that
past
that it
that,
starts?
probably.
Okay, because that's where I got to, is where that stranger and starting to go towards the mountain.
Yeah. So I'd say someone should mute their phone. What a jerk
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
That's okay. I was
was
wondering
me.
who that was.
It was me. I'm an idiot. So past that point, I think then about 4 hours in, I feel like the combat kind of opens up in different ways. And then I don't know. Even further in there, there's other things that get added to the game that just kind of completely change the gameplay. And I think it's weird because it's hard to kind of put your finger on it completely, because it feels like they've taken things from Naughty Dog. They've taken things from who does Tomb Raider now? I feel like
Crystal Dynamics.
Crystal Dynamics. I feel like
Yeah.
they've taken a lot from the last two Tomb Raider games. I think they've incorporated a lot from that. But then you can also see kind of their inspiration from like Metroid games or Castlevania games and stuff like that, where hey, you get to this thing, you see this thing, and you can't interact with it.
Yeah.
But until you get an upgrade, and later you can come back and upgrade it. But the thing that was most surprising to me is that the boy, which is
Boy.
which that's how he refers to his son. Almost the whole game, you just hear him say "boy."
Yeah.
Atreus, I think is his actual name.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like he, in so many ways, I mean, he is kind of an integral part of the game, but he also is like this really well done UI element that helps
he's so
point you in the right direction. He'll do, like, when you run across things like, there's these brambles that you can't get through till later on in the game, and he'll kind of be like, well, I don't think we can do anything with that right now. So he gives you these little hints, and he kind of keeps you moving in the game without the game having to have all these pop-ups and things saying this, you can't do this, you can't do that, and instructions. He kind of holds your hand.
yeah.
So you're saying he's Navi done right?
Yeah, I mean, I was almost going to compare him to Navi, to be honest, from Zelda, but I didn't.
It's such a smoothly done thing, and it's just like, because I remember at one point I was just like, what am I supposed to do here?
Yeah.
And he's just like, well, maybe we'll find something that'll make it we can do it later, or do something later. I was like, oh, okay.
Now, have you got to Mimir?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Mimir is so awesome.
He is the best character in this game.
It's this weird kind of kooky thing that happens, and it's
that
so
moment.
kind of
That
bizarre.
moment is so good, though.
Yeah.
When you meet Mimir and he asks you to help him out,
Yeah.
like, do him the most morbid of favors. And Kratos like obliges without much hesitation at all. And I gotta say, it is one of it's up there with the moment in I'm gonna spoil Wolfenstein 2, so if you haven't played through that, plug your ears. But
Yeah.
it is up there with the moment where BJ, you think BJ is dead and he gets his head chopped off and then it gets reattached and all that stuff. Like it is that level of moment
Yeah.
for me where I was just in awe. And then not only that, but what happens with, just remember Mimir, okay? If you just remember this,
Mimir.
when you get there,
You'll know when you
you'll
get
know when
there,
it
yeah.
happens. But to have this character that continues to interact with you on a constant basis through the story in a very peculiar position, it is it is brilliant. It is. I've never experienced a game that did anything quite like that.
I kind of really like it because like it kind of so like I love Kratos and his son's relationship is just so good, and I just love how they interact with each other and how Atreus will do certain things, and it's like, but then when he kind of enters the scene like Mimir does, it kind of like, I don't know, I don't want to be spoilery, but like it's interesting. I really like how that all works out because it amuses me greatly, and it's. Oh,
Guys, I
it's
think
so
I found something that may actually make Jeremy be interested in this game.
Uh-oh.
What?
The guy that voices Kratos is on one of his favorite sci-fi series ever, Stargate.
Whoa.
Which character?
Teal.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and Eric, did you recognize the? I mean, you might not. He's
That's-
not really
now
that big
I'm
a deal. But
interested.
did you
Not really.
recognize Mimir's voice actor?
It's so familiar because it's kind of that Scottish sound. Is it Scottish or
It's
Gaelic or I don't know what
I
you
don't know.
consider, but I recognize it from like just hearing it. But I kind of thought, well, maybe it's just the generic.
You probably won't recognize it from what you think you would.
Okay, so who is it?
He did Celebrimbor from the Middle Earth Shadow of War and Shadow of,
Oh, okay,
Mordor.
okay.
which is like totally different. But I could hear it in him when he was speaking because he's kind of got like a like the kind of rumble to his or the growl to his voice.
Yeah.
I was like, why do I understand? And I feel like he spouts like lore and stuff at me, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's Celebrimbor.
Oh, that's
But
funny.
yeah, he sounds totally different, but like somehow I heard it.
The other thing, I mean, just speaking of the characters, like, okay, so Mimir's one, he's really great. The interactions between all the characters are really good.
Oh yeah.
But then the blacksmiths, I had to look up their name, but Brock and Sindri, like, are
They're so
so
funny.
good.
Yeah.
And
And
it's
they're-
just now, like Brock, they're brothers, and they obviously have had like a family squabble, and they separate. They're both blacksmiths. They had their brand. They split it in half, so they each have half the brand. They put on stuff, and they'll upgrade your axe for you. And then once you meet Brock, and then you meet Sundry later. And every time you get to Sindri, and whenever you get to Sindri, he's always like, "Oh, did my brother touch your axe? Oh, he probably messed it up." Like he's just bashing on his brother, and it goes back and forth. And their interactions are really, really good, and it's just a
Yeah.
great way to kind of give you this upgrade system through some fun interactions. But
Yeah. It's
the other thing I was going to mention about that too is the upgrade systems. I think at first you're kind of like, well, there's not a lot to it, but then you realize they're not called jewels, but what are the things you can
enchantments.
enchantments that you can add to your weapons? So as you get, there's loot, right? It's colored loot, so there's another thing Destiny like that Jeremy might be appealed to buy. But everything is like green and blue and purple, all your loot you get. And then like your axe, you can upgrade it to have, and your armor, so you can have different armor. You have different wrist armor or different body armor, different waist armor, and those can be upgraded to have different jewel perks that you can be put into it. And when you do that, I mean, there's everything. Like, there's a thing that I found, and I haven't used it yet, but it's like when you throw your axe, time will slow down. And
the one where it slows down if you're aiming or whatever.
Yeah,
You can,
yeah.
that's nice.
so, but there's just all these different little things that that make the gameplay different and unique.
Well, and it's so like like you said, you don't think it seems very deep at first, but there's just such depth because there's all these different things you can unlock, and then if you have specific stats, that will unlock special things on top of those abilities, and like it's so cool. And then they have like all these different like super moves that you can do, and you can upgrade those, and you can like
yeah,
It's so good.
Well, and then you have your son who has the bow and arrow, and then he he's upgradable as well. So like I'm at a point now where I have his bow maxed out and his quiver maxed out, and like he's really, really powerful, and he's very helpful now at a point where, I mean, he's always kind of helpful, but when you get him some of his tools and gear leveled up, like his armor and different things, and it's weird because you'll get really good at combat because you kind of have on the triggers, what's it, R1 and R2, you have your light and strong attack, and then you have a block on L1, but then square is to control your son's arrows that he shoots. And it's like you'll get into these combat scenarios where you get so good at interjecting with these arrow shots while you're fighting and like timing this stuff down. Like it's like not even a game that I would normally think of myself as very good at, but it just becomes so natural after you play it for a while. And
it's one of those games that, like, it's one of the things I really like about this game too, is the combat makes you feel really cool. Like, you'll
string together these moments of just like you couldn't even. I mean, it's that immersion, right? Because you couldn't choreograph it if you tried, but the game just kind of lends itself to these really cool moments, and
I think the insane part about the game too is the fact that there's no cut scenes. Like, the only complaint,
I mean, they're cutscenes, but
they are. It's like all seamless. There's one of the
no
things
cuts
that
in the camera.
It all shifts around. You know, it's.
I will say that the one thing that I don't like about that style is that there are times where you don't know if you're supposed to still be pressing forward, like you're walking. Because it'll be like it's taken control, and it doesn't really indicate to you that it's taken control of your character, and then indicate when you have control.
I guess it's so subtle that it
is subtle.
The most that could happen is you hold the stick for too long.
Yeah,
like, it's not
right. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But I think it's one of those that will definitely keep me from. Oh, I'm at a cutscene now. I'm gonna see if I got any text or notifications or anything on my phone. And
well, the
keep
thing
you
is,
in the game
this
itself.
is definitely the type of game where that doesn't happen just because the story is that good. Like, I don't feel like it's not like there are such big action moments that you want to pay attention to, but then the story, the more subtle moments are so intriguing, and they just kind of do that thing of like good storytelling where it gets quieter and you're just kind of like leaning into it because you want to know what happens. And it's I don't know. There is something. Now, I mean, there's some gripes I've heard about the game. I know some people don't necessarily like that Kratos can't jump around as much, and he has to climb down things where they think he should be able to jump down them. And there's different, like traversal type stuff that they kind of borrowed from Tomb Raider, or at least it feels like it's kind of like that. And they're like, well, Kratos is this god; he should be able to leap around and do, and he does that, but usually that's more in like these interactive cutscenes and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I guess I can understand if, especially if probably you're coming from the old games, maybe I can kind of understand. But like this game as a whole is just so cohesive and just interesting and just well done. And sometimes I don't think it would make much sense if he was to be too crazy in some ways.
And he's trying to kind of keep pace with his son, and so some of that stuff kind of makes sense. And I think the other thing,
he's also supposed to be older too, right? Like, I mean, not a ton, but I mean,
there's some stuff that happens that you're like, well, he can still get down,
right?
Like,
but I mean,
there's some crazy
premise
stuff
that they're trying to give you is that he's not quite the same guy that he was the last time that you played the game.
Well, but it's also he's trying to hide his godhood from his son. So it's like and I mean that becomes a very big plot point later in the game. But like early on, he wants to appear as human to as much as he can to his son.
Okay, and maybe that's the difference to like my perception of it coming to the game was. It seemed like they were trying to shift it to him seeming like he was older, and that was because I haven't played the other games.
Yeah.
So the tone of like the trailers and everything leading up to it seemed like they were trying to step away a little bit from some of the ridiculous looking stuff that you had in the earlier games.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I will say that like it does a good job if you've never played any of the games. I think it explains the backstory. It's been slowly, like, I mean, I've played them all, so I know what's going on, but they do a really good job of subtly kind of revealing things where Kratos is coming from in his history in really creative ways. But they also they have some nods back to those old games that come in a little later. And I'd say it's probably about 10 hours in the game or so that are it. I mean, from a nostalgia standpoint, I was just blown away. I was just like, this moment is so cool. Like anyways, but they do a really good job at that. And his thing is, I just cannot, when I start playing this game, I cannot put the controller down. I have to know what happens. I have to get as far as I can. And it feels like it's never going to end. And that's which is not a bad thing, really, because when it's that good, you don't want it to end. It's like, I play a lot of games where I'm like, okay, I get this game. I understand what's going to happen. I get the loop of the game. I know the gameplay mechanics. Like, this is like, and you do the same thing over and over, and you're like, okay, I'm just kind of done with it.
Like for instance, Far Cry.
Yeah, to a certain extent.
You know what your end goal is always to go after that main guy.
Yeah, and they don't have a lot of
take down different things, and you're going to have some repetitive.
Well, and in Far Cry, they have some cool moments, but there is a lot of repetitive stuff. Where in this game, I feel like it does a really good job of not like the moment, like Trevor kind of hit on this, but it's like that moment you think it's just going to be the same thing again, it just flips it on its head, and it's another thing, and it just
and there's enough variety in the enemies. Like even like there's enemies that are kind of the same, but they change them a bit, and it feels nice and fresh, and it's like they.
Yeah, that is true, because some of those big, tall, like ogre-looking dudes, or those, you think you're like, oh, this is what their weakness is, or this is how I'm going to fight them, and like they look the same, but sometimes they'll have different colors or different things that'll indicate different weaknesses.
Oh, nice.
But the variety is definitely there. I in the chat, Trevi had asked something about the different gear, and you can. There are different armor sets that you can upgrade.
Speedrunners are beating the game in roughly 8 hours now.
That's insane. That is insane.
They actually said it's taking that long because there's so many cutscenes that you can't fast forward through.
Yeah.
They said it'd be a lot shorter otherwise.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, when it's set up in that way where it's seamless, you can't.
But it looks like on average it's 25 to 35 hours of gameplay. So it's not a bad thing
like
for
I've
a
been
game.
playing that long already, but.
Yeah,
I don't know. I've been wandering a bit.
Is there a lot of?
Is it forcing you to go in a story direction?
No.
Well, it does in the beginning. Like I'd say the first like 2 to 4 hours, depending on how you play, it's pretty linear. But then it opens up to what I would kind of refer. I don't know if this is an accurate way to describe it, but it's kind of like linear open world. So it's like
it still directing you.
It's still directing you pretty heavily. But then those sometimes where the boy will just be like, your son will be like, well, I know we got to go do this, but we could go do whatever we want, right? Like, we don't have to do that right now. And so it's kind of like giving you like, hey, you could go do some side quests. You could go do
something else, but this is the direction the game's
this is the story. So it just does this really good job of kind of doing, I don't know.
Is there a ton of side stuff?
There's a lot.
Yeah,
there's a lot. Yeah. And especially once the world opens up, it is.
Okay.
Once you get to the lake is kind of the big moment when the game opens up. You'll know when that is.
What kind of, I mean, I'm just trying to get an idea of what I'm in for here. What's like size comparable or like even just like comparable in what kind of side missions and how they all kind of fit. I mean, is there
honestly,
a game?
I've only kind of done them if they just fall in my lap. I haven't been seeking them out.
I've done a few of them.
You can definitely go and do that intentionally, but they'll kind of come to you as you go. So
yeah, you can intentionally seek them out. A few of them I've done are almost like dungeons. It's just like you'll have like there's
some
one thing
puzzle
that
type of stuff.
Well, the puzzles I was more thinking. Yeah, a little bit of puzzles. I mean, it's kind of just more of the main storyline kind of stuff where like you've got like different things you need to do, and there's like tons of people you can fight, and like I don't know. It's really well done.
Have you done any Valkyries?
I have not yet.
Those things are terrifying.
I think I'm not as far as I could be because I am taking my time, which I always
Valkyries.
do.
Is it ladies that attack you? Or am I thinking too much of Marvel's
They're like
Norse?
bird people.
Okay.
I think they're called Valkyries. Maybe I'm wrong, but
there's so many really good moments in that game, and like I don't know, one of them I'll just kind of vaguely say for Eric's, after you come out of the light, that moment was just like I was like, holy crap.
Wait, the light. Are you talking about the fast travel?
No. The pillar of light.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't mean to.
Or you
They
kind
are
of
called Valkyries.
you leave the boy behind for a little while.
Yeah. Oh man, and then you come
Because-
back out and it's just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, what have I done?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I've
It's
never
really good.
experienced a game as that is. I mean, I guess I have some of the Uncharted, some of the Last of Us, but this game, it just seems to really do a good job of making you care about the story, care about the characters, and the gameplay is fun enough that you don't want to put it down.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and then what just baffles me is just like last year was a great year for gaming, and there was like a lot of great games, and like this year I think is going to be even better.
Yeah.
And it's like
Red Dead. Come on.
Yeah,
Red Dead alone might have made it better, but like God of War, I love
Call
Monster
of
Hunter.
Duty. No
Yeah,
campaign.
Call of
Oh,
Duty.
yeah, sorry.
Monster Hunter.
That's a joke.
I Monster Hunter was a great game. I don't care what you guys say, but like, and it's just like I can't think of anything else right now, but just like there's so many great games, and this one I expected to be good. I didn't expect it to be incredible like it is,
Yeah.
and it's just it's so.
I don't want to throw around the
good.
word masterpiece, but it is
fitting.
not far from that. And
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to just throw like just vapid praise at this thing. Like I don't know, because I mean, I think everyone knows me well enough that I'm not going to do that to a game. But I think
But
this
he's
game.
throwing around vapid praise.
Well, no,
right
it's
now.
not. I feel like it's due praise. Like it's
is,
just
yeah.
praise. Like this game.
Okay, yeah,
This game is like. It's very worthy of the praise that it's getting, and it's like you look at something like Metacritic where it's got a 95, which is pretty rare. It's something. It's a rare game that you're not going to experience very often. It's like, and it's unique. But I feel like we've rambled about it a lot. There are just moments I'd like to talk about. I think in the story that are really, really powerful and really, really impactful, and it's just.
Probably have to wait for a few weeks.
Yeah, we'll wait a while.
Yeah, it feels like I know we haven't done like one of those spoiler casts for a long time, but man, I'd like to beat the game first. Now,
Yeah,
Jeremy,
I'd like to beat
you
the
said
game
that
too.
30 to 20. What did you say? 25 to 35.
25 to 35. They
Yeah.
think most people over 30.
I think that's like story only though. Like I don't even think that.
Yeah, it's
includes-
probably
have
not
to
doing
be-
a lot of side
Yeah,
stuff.
I don't think that.
Fine.
I don't think this is a spoiler, but there is a secret ending. I did see that.
Yeah, that's cool.
But it's like they say it's a secret ending, but then they say it's after the ending. So it's more like additional.
have to do
it's more like
something-
you have to do something to get more story.
Oh, okay.
That's post finish. So keep that in mind
Huh?
if you're interested. No giveaways.
Yeah, yeah. But if you have the opportunity to check it out, I'd say check it out. I think you would not be disappointed. There's a lot of gameplay to be had. But I think that does it. Do you have anything else to talk about?
I tried out Detroit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the beta's
Yeah.
out, right?
Yeah. It's not a beta, it's a
Or-
demo.
Actually, a demo. Yeah.
Oh, demo. So they're actually saying it's
Whoa.
better than a beta,
So
Well-
right? Isn't that what a demo is?
Kind
not
I mean,
anymore.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not anything that's really it's not a beta. Yeah,
It's like, hey,
a
complete game,
full-blown-
but you can only play so far
It's a
into it.
full blown level.
Okay.
And I mean the way that game is set up, it is at least from what the demo shows, you're going to have different situations that are going to happen that your character is going to kind of walk through, and it's a set period of
Is that
time.
game PS4 too only? Okay.
It's like a set period of time, and you can kind of do different things or not do different things, and you're going to get different outcomes. And in it, like it gives you a map of the different outcomes that you've gotten and where you can go. So as soon as you start the mission, or as soon as you start the level, you can open that up and look at it and be like, oh wow, there's 6 different endings that I can have here.
Oh, okay. In the demo.
Right. I mean, and it shows you like the whole layout of that level.
And can you play back through it multiple times?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So The
But that's
thing
just
What
is that
style
just in the
game is
demo?
this?
no. I think it's supposed to be in the game itself. It's going
It's
to
a
give
cutie
you
game. Is the best way I can describe.
cutie.
Yeah,
Time event.
quick time
Yeah,
event game.
a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like it's just like, hey, walk over here, and then a thing happens, and
Is
you
it like
press
just still like
circles.
third person style?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't think there's actually any 1-to-1 combat or anything like
I don't.
that, is there?
I don't know.
Not,
I mean,
not by this one.
I mean, it's
not
a,
in this one.
It's
at
a David
least.
Cage game, so I highly doubt
Yeah.
it.
But
Because
it's-
I mean, did anybody play Indigo Prophecy?
No.
The Xbox 360.
What was the other? Is there another
Anybody
game
play
that you
Heavy
did?
Rain?
I played a bit of Heavy Rain.
I didn't play that one, but I
Beyond
heard
Two
a lot of
Souls.
good
I
things
played.
about those.
I played a decent amount of Beyond Two Souls. I finished it. So
David Cage is kind of a French dude who's up his own butt. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's,
Sounds like most French dudes.
I'm not going to say that, but I'll say that about David Cage. It's like he thinks of himself very highly, but like his storytelling is like, I don't. If you
it's
gave
okay.
if you
Yeah.
gave like a middle schooler the ability to write adult content, like their idea of interacting as an adult is what he writes, and it's like this weird, like not very. So, the thing that I think most people are concerned about with this game is it's the first time that he's writing about artificial intelligence, but there's a lot of this weird like slavery undertones going on with it, and it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
not maybe
Yeah.
handled the best from like stuff that people have seen.
I mean, that's a common theme though when you talk about AI.
No, it definitely is, but I feel like it can be handled in certain ways and other ways that maybe don't reflect.
Is there something specific that they've? I mean, that's been mentioned about it.
Yeah, there are some. I can't think of the instance off the top of my head, but I'm sure if you Google beyond our whatever this game is called, Detroit, slavery.
become human. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not trying to say it's a bad game. I really liked Heavy Rain. I didn't get too far in Indigo Prophecy. I bought. I think this might be one of the only like console games I've ever bought that I didn't play. I have Beyond Two Souls on a shelf still for PS3, and I've never put it in my PS3.
Huh?
It's actually free this next month, I think,
On PS3?
on PS4.
Oh, is it?
So
Wait, on PS4?
yeah, they
Did
did a
they-
remake.
huh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting. I might actually play that now.
Yeah. It was decent. I enjoyed it.
That's the one with,
Maybe a little
but
Ellen
see,
Page.
they even said like Ellen Page was creeped out by David Cage. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, that one. Okay.
like he's just kind of a creepy dude. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's just. I'm not saying you're supporting him if you buy this game. I'm not trying to do that thing, but I'm just saying
No.
it's just kind of know what you're in for. And by a quick time event game, I mean it's like you can move the character to certain.
It's kind of that telltale.
Yeah, you can move
So
the
there's
character.
a lot of built-in
It's
cutscene.
all. It's
type-
pretty much an interactive.
It's a story.
movie.
Yeah.
I
okay.
think the
Yeah.
biggest difference though from
right.
what
Turned
little
off.
bit of
Yeah, I was gonna say this is not a Jeremy game at all.
All right, cool.
Now,
I'm
God of
saying-
War, I think you'd actually really like it,
Oh, I
but
think you'd love
but
God
this
of War.
game,
It's,
I know you would
it's
not
funny
like
because games that try to tell me where to go, I then try
to
to
break it.
purposely break it.
it. Yeah.
Well, and I think that's some of the intrigue with a game like this versus like the Telltale, where a large chunk of the Telltale you're still going to end up at the exact same place. It's just it's going
This
to look
gives you
a little
choices.
different. This gives you actual choices where
It's a very choose your own adventure type game.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Okay. I
yeah.
get
I
it.
mean,
I mean, a lot of
there's-
people love those games.
there's different things that you can do. Like the one that's out specifically on the demo, like there are things that you can do where when the guy that's holding this kid at gunpoint on the edge of a skyscraper decides he's going to just back away and you're within reach that you could try and reach out and grab her, you can just let them go. Or you can sacrifice yourself
kinda
and kind of right, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
So I
there
kind
are
of want to
these
watch
different-
Jeremy play this and try to do everything terrible.
It would be
I
interesting.
kind of tried to do that.
Yeah, that would be a great stream. Jeremy plays this game to break it.
sure.
Heavy Rain, I enjoyed it a lot. Like I played through that game, and it was like about this dad and your daughter or son. I don't remember. It was like kidnapped, and you're trying to find the kidnapper, and like you go through all this. I don't know. It was more modern day.
What's the kid's name? Sean.
So this is what I'd call a click next game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is, but I think that the difference,
It's kind
at
of
least
like
in
click next or click left or right, I guess. Not
Yeah,
next.
okay.
Like
Yeah.
you, kinda, you have some
But
choice.
I mean, you've also got like in this demo, there's also the point where if you don't do things quickly enough, things are going to happen. So the world itself is working while you're trying to decide how you're going to go about if you want to actually investigate the stuff. And there's supposed to be 3 different characters, and your decisions within that, if you've got somebody that you make a choice that ends up killing them, you're playing the rest of the game down that character. Unless you do the rewind, which there's supposed to be the ability to do, but...
Hey, TP Poker, welcome to the
Hey.
chat. Kirk Douglas is alive. He's 101 years old. I just checked.
Holy cow.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
Yeah. There was a hoax of his death, though, so
yeah.
in December.
Yeah.
Not cool, man.
I'll say, so I played the demo too. I'll say having played, like, I don't know, maybe it's just because I was coming off of God of War, but I was kind of bored playing it. I did go through it like three different times, though, because I wanted to try and get a bad option.
Yeah.
And oh boy, I got some.
Yeah. I went through it
We're
about...
not disappointed.
I went through it about 3 times, and I think that my reaction was a little bit different because I hadn't gotten God of War yet.
Yeah.
So I felt like it was because you're this guy that's walking into this active scene as a negotiator. Like it felt like you had some kind of stakes, knowing that something that you did could lead to that person dying or whatnot. So I don't know. I think it's got a cool vibe, at least so far.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna play it. I'm interested to see where it goes. It may not end up being a great game, but it seems like it could have some some
It's
really
a David
cool.
Cage game, so I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to be a great game, but it might be a good
It'll
game.
be
It's gonna have.
It'll be fun.
It's
Might be
going to
good.
have some cool moments.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I've already experienced that. So
Yeah. I'm just going
It's-
to preface it.
yeah. It's not going to be a great
If
game.
it's a
but
great game, I will be surprised.
You were saying you're going to get it because it's GameFlied. Right, Kyle? I mean, you're not going to pay for that game.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I haven't paid for a game in a while. But that's just because I'm kind of poor. So
Don't need to buy games anymore.
the Patreon thing.
Oh, I was busy.
I set you up,
Kyle,
man.
that doesn't help you buy games.
I know, but
Wow. You're going to give people the wrong idea.
you're right. And that's not the idea that we're supposed to give them.
I didn't want to, rush you. You get very...
Well, you were surfing the Facebook.
Well, that's because I was getting bored. Anyways, this is no, I can surf the Facebook. I needed a break. You were talking. I let you talk while I had a break. I kind of have a scratchy throat, okay? I'm just...
I know. I heard your.
Do you have allergies?
I probably
cough
have my
shot.
cough right now. I think I got... I'm probably contagious, so I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Everyone, we would like to thank our patronin peepos. That's the peoples that go to the patreons.com/minutub and they give us the money. This is a holdup. Give us your money.
Hey, thanks for following.
Savvy Salon Pro. Thank you for following us. Did you know about patreon.com/minutub?
You can get your name right here.
You could go there and we can, we could be best friends on Discord.
Yeah.
So go to Discord and be our best friends.
Yeah.
And also give us money. No, but we really appreciate everybody that goes there and donates to us on a monthly basis because we point the gun, they hold their hands up, and they empty the wallet. It's like a robbery, kind of.
Yeah, it's like Chicago.
Just ask Oliver. He understands. He gets robbed every month, and he does it willingly. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. And everyone else who donates, no matter what the amount is, we are very thankful for your gracious donations to the tub and all of its things, all of its glory.
But, I mean, you can support us other ways. You could subscribe to our YouTube channel,
Cross My Heart, Underwire,
right? Well, maybe
Victoria's
if you need
Secret,
I mean, I feel like
bad broad jokes. Okay,
Yeah.
on the show.
You could harass us on Twitter.
don't harass us, but join us.
Yeah.
Be cool.
We've got a Discord. You get that when you get on
$5
Patreon.
gets you into Discord. I said
So
that.
much
that
fun.
already.
I just, other ways people can chat with us, spend time with
Jeremy's
us,
just trying to
show
get
us
his-
some love
get
and
his voice
attention.
in.
We need
Yeah.
friends, people.
If you want, let's come chat with us in Discord about things. We need
Trevor
to
single? Yeah.
I kind of think I'm thinking about starting a spoiler channel for God of War that people can
Trevor.
opt in to read that stuff because I need to talk to people. I need to parse
Tell
the
me
events
things.
of the game. I don't want them to spoil it for me, but I
Talk to me about that.
okay, I was gonna say just to clarify.
Why do I gotta be
I just-
so behind?
I just need to know. I need to.
Gamefly.
I need to. I don't know. But I'm scared to go to the internet for that conversation because I'm afraid
They'll
they're going to be
spoil too much,
ahead
yeah.
of me, and I don't know. It's too awkward. I just need to finish the game and then talk about it.
I need to finish it too, so then I can talk about it with
No,
you.
just do it. Just get it over with.
That's what I'm
Quit.
gonna work on it.
Quit all your life.
I literally installed it. I went to install it tonight, and you know what happened? I got a stupid error on my PlayStation, but it didn't tell me what the error was. It would spin up, and it was like trying to download the game, and then it would just stop, and then the game disappeared from my list.
That's no good.
I finally, after like the third
Hard
time
work.
trying to restart and pull the disc out, put it back in, I looked up what the error code actually meant, and it was just that I didn't have enough storage space. Like, come on, PlayStation. Just tell me that I don't have storage space so that I can fix it the first time.
So Eric, when
Bunch
you're
of jerks.
done with this game, what's the next thing you're looking forward to this summer? Is there a next thing?
Oh, like
I mean,
what's
it's
the
not
next-
Crew 2. You're not looking forward to
Mario
that.
Tennis Aces.
Is that what you're looking forward to?
Not really. I mean, I'm going to play it, but that's
Well,
not like.
yeah.
I didn't play
Oh,
the
I'm
first
so
crew.
excited.
No one played the first Crew but me. Well, Eric, you played a little, didn't you?
Probably State of Decay 2 is the next one I'm actually
yeah,
kind
that
of
one's
looking
That's
forward
next
to.
month, end of next month, right?
Yeah, that's only going to be a $30 game. It's also going to be available on the Microsoft whatever service, the one that the Sea of Thieves
The
is on.
$10 one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna. That one's gonna be good.
That's really kind of it. I mean, I want
Tennis.
to play Detroit New Human. I hope that's pretty good. Yeah, I know you said Mario Tennis, but I'm not like, I'm going to play it, but I'm not like,
Yeah,
oh my
that's
gosh,
not
I
like,
can't
oh,
wait
so
to
much
play it.
fun.
I'm going to
I
turn
thought
it
you
on.
were real excited about that.
I mean,
I'm
Donkey
excited
Kong
to play.
Country Tropical blah
yeah, I
blah blah.
already
is
played
coming
that
out.
on the Switch.
Did you?
Or not the
Or
Switch,
the
the Wii U,
Wii U.
when that was out.
Gotcha.
Honest,
Spider-Man?
Yeah, Spider-Man
Oh,
in
that's
the
in
fall.
September.
That's in September.
looked
That's
pretty good.
There's a large gap in big
It's-
games that I'm excited about coming out after May.
When's Mega Man 11 coming out? Because I was thinking about that the other day. That actually looked really good for a kind of a side-scrolly return to Mega Man. I don't know, but I want to play that.
But, I mean, the real
thought
game
they-
comes out
that
at
was
the
like
end of
next-
October.
Yeah,
Is
I
it
don't-
really?
I'm
Red Dead.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Mega Man 11.
When's
I thought,
Mega Man 11 come out?
I thought that was gonna be
It just has initial release
just
date
Q4.
2018.
It just says.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I
So
mean,
no
it is
date yet.
it is kind of crazy. I think if I have a real lull, I might punish myself and pick up Yakuza 6.
Oh, the new one that's coming out.
It's out now.
Oh, it is?
Came out. Yeah, it came out on the 17th. I
Okay.
just was like, no, I'm not going to do that because I'm going to want to play God of War, and then I'll never play Yakuza, and so just like I did with Zero. But yeah, I'm curious. Like between May and like
And September.
it is pretty dry.
I think
Yeah,
that may
that
be
was
where
my
I try
concern.
out some of the new No Man's Sky stuff that came
Yeah,
out
there's-
last.
Oh,
at the end of
there's
last
Isn't that
year.
coming out on Xbox?
There's more coming.
There's
out
another
soon.
there's another big update that's supposed to come out this summer. So
Yeah.
But I think it's coming out on Xbox too.
yeah, and they'd added some story and some other really big things that it sounds like there's a large chunk of that game that's very different. So
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I'm excited to give that a try.
I'm kind of hoping for that. I love those games that kind of come out of nowhere that maybe I've heard of, but then all of a sudden it's
But
just
they're
like,
not on they're not on the
they're not
big
on my
list.
radar.
Yeah,
They're just like, this game is, and maybe it's a bigger
Yeah.
game or whatever, but I feel like there's always those games.
Yeah, it seems like a
I mean,
really dry summer.
yeah.
so I don't know. We'll
There's
see.
probably at least 2 or 3 that you'll find that you've either heard of before, or maybe they just have not gotten hardly any noise, and they'll be
Sega
really
Genesis classics are coming out though.
Gross.
You play 50 old games on Xbox or PlayStation.
good. Well, that sounds like it's right up your alley.
It
wanna
is. I'll play it.
Lie to myself and pretend that Sega had good games.
What?
Sega classic games, they're not really that good.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I liked a few of them.
I mean, yeah, there's a few like
Sonic was good.
one
Like the
Sonic
Sonic game.
That's already the best Sonic game is on the Switch right now. That new one they made that like
Oh,
is incredible. Like if you're gonna play Sonic,
Isn't
get
there?
that.
There's a couple. Are they coming out this summer?
Get
too?
Sonic Mania on your Switch if you want to play a Sega game. That's good.
Okay,
That's
alright,
really,
cool,
really,
cool,
really
cool.
good. But those games are
I
not
thought there
gonna
was a
be
new
good.
Sonic coming out later this year.
Hopefully not, because it'll be bad. There's only one good Sonic game ever.
Sonic Mania Plus, I think.
Well, that's
Comes out.
PlayStation.
That's the game. It's already
That's
out.
just a
It's out on
PlayStation, yeah.
Switch right now.
Oh, that one's already out?
Yeah, I don't know what Plus is. That must be DLC or something because it's out on PlayStation 2 now.
That's
Not PlayStation 2, PlayStation 4.
yeah.
Anyways, what are we talking about here? All right, everybody, we're going to leave you
More.
now. And then we're going to continue this weird argument about when games release after.
Yeah.
There's one called Batman Ninja. You might like
that's
that.
a Blu-ray.
That's
Yeah,
a Blu-ray
it's not a
movie.
game.
Oh, that's even worse.
Sorry, Grandpa, you can't play that
Oh,
game.
man. Gamefly
Just put a controller in his
fooled
hands
me.
and let him
I bought you
watch
this
it.
game, kiddo.
I'm playing it. Look at me.
That's definitely a next game.
All right, everybody, we'll see you tomorrow night. We got this, what is that show called? The Tubcast.
Tubcast.
See you tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Come back to MinuteTub.com or twitch.tv/MinuteTub.